What's up, guys? It's Motorco here, and in this video I want to talk to you about the Breaker class. Also, I want to touch on some general multiplayer strategies some more. Alright, guys. So this multiplayer thing is extremely extensive, and as such, it's going to require me to make several videos on it. I'm probably going to have to do like a little mini-series of videos. It could be as many as 7. I don't know when it's all said and done. So far I've showcased each fight, and in this one I want to do the break class, and then I got 3 more roles to cover, and I might do all of my various jobs and kind of focus on those as well. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to figure out what I want to do and go from there. But for now, this is the Breaker class. So as a Breaker class, what's your role? What's your job? Your job is primarily to focus and worry about the break bar of the opponent. You want to get it down in a timely manner, and get it down is in such a way as your party is set up and ready to do the maximum amount of damage to the boss when you break. Alright, so in order to help do that, in order to help with the speed and efficiency, I have water poo-poo for the Efreet fight. I have fire poo-poo for resistances for the Efreet fight, so I can stay alive as an assassin, because survivability is definitely an issue on that fight for assassin. I have Artemis to help aid the water poo-poo, and Bayako to help drive damage. Now, something of note, guys, a good idea is to conserve your actions during a break. Basically, all you want to do when the boss is already broken is use your ice orbs for Bayako, and that's it. Don't use any other actions. Now, that's a general rule, and as general rules go, there are always exceptions to that, depending on what the situation is. Also, you have to factor in your ultimate if that's available. So don't pick me apart on that one. I do understand there are exceptions to that rule, but as a general rule, during a break, as a break class, you do not want to use many actions. You want to conserve your actions, okay? And the reason I say that is that way when the boss gets back up, you have a boatload of actions to be able to get him back down. It might even be there might even be a strategy as to where you don't spend any actions, you don't use Bayako at all, and that way when he gets back up, you can spam Bayako twice and then do a bunch of normal attacks and put him back in a break even that much faster. Now, you and the knight should be the primary attackers in the party. The support should be trying to cultivate its orbs, keep its orb count low, do a lot of drives, and get as many hard orbs together as possible to be able to keep its abilities on the party. That's primarily what the support should be doing, and the attacker should be focused on cultivating its orbs and collecting as much as possible for the break, so that way it can do as much damage as it possibly can during the break. So that's kind of like the general idea of where people should be thinking of in terms of this fight. And the breaker should be trading off going first and last, and sometimes third or second, depending on the situation in the fight. Now, basically, the damage dealer, there's certain situations where the damage dealer wants to go last, okay? And that's usually right before the boss gets a break. The breaker will go before the damage dealer, finish off the boss, and then the damage dealer will start in on its abilities. And then at that point, the knight may also want to go last as well. So, like, the support should probably go first, the breaker should go second, the damage dealer should go third, and then the knight go last with normal attacks and give everybody their orbs back after they've just spent them. That way you can get the maximum potential use out of the break. Um, that's your ideal break scenario. A lot of times that may not happen, but um, that's what you should be shooting for. Now, uh, you're going to be trading around a lot. Not everybody wants to go first all the time. That includes the support. The support doesn't need to be going first all the time. Now, if the support makes a call, you definitely need to pay attention and listen to what the support says, because if you don't, there's a chance you could die. So definitely pay attention to what the support is trying to tell you. Usually they're trying to tell you that, hey man, I'm worried about the survivability. Now, as a breaker, you have an opportunity to kind of override what the white mage is telling you a little bit, because if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can send the boss into a break and give your support a couple more turns to gather hard orbs, then go ahead and call that out and break the boss. Okay, now that's the power of a breaker. It has that option, and that is available to them. Now, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into this and kind of just display what the crap I'm talking about with this. I am using my AI. These are all my jobs that I have available. I have all the roles available and unlocked and ready to be used. So, I'm able to farm this thing by myself, which is basically the way I want to kind of tackle the Tyrio fight. I want to use my stamina on Tyrio right now because I need to level up Aerith. But anyways, so the first turn, you want to use an ability and a couple of normal attacks and maybe drive and orb, if at all possible. The AI kind of superseded me here. You don't necessarily want to go last. As a matter of fact, like I said previously, the white mage wants to go last in this situation. But the AI can't really. I mean, I can maybe try and manipulate it a little bit, but there's no point. All right, so right at this point in the fight, this is where you kind of want to let the party take over. You want to conserve your actions if you possibly can. Get your buffs up and be ready to go ahead and finish off the break gauge. That's probably the best way to spend your third turn in the fight. Now, I'm not necessarily saying, again, this is not concrete. This is not exactly what you should do, okay? But these are just good ideas that you could, possibly use. So at this point, I'm just kind of cultivating my orbs. I'm going to go ahead and pop in Blizzard and then spam a couple of attacks and get this guy broke. And then we'll move into the break phase. I'm going to go ahead and conserve my actions during the break phase. Probably just maybe do an element drive to get rid of my earth orbs, but that'll probably be about it. I'm not really going to try and contribute to the damage, especially for this fight, because I can't really. I mean, I could, but there's really no point, okay? So just cultivate your orbs. Let everybody else do the damage in the party. It's not that big of a deal. The support probably has some decent damage that it can do, plus your damage dealer, obviously. I mean, he's going to be the one doing the most damage, all right? All right, so now we're on the tail end of this break, and we're set up perfectly to get him right back, okay? And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and break him right back, get him right back into the break, and just chain breaks. And this is how you can do this for the Tyrio fight, okay? Especially if you're farming by yourself. If you have an end spell up with Artemis, you can pretty much evaporate the break gauge here. So I'm just going to, again, just drive orbs and conserve my Byako actions for after the break. And let the damage dealer worry about doing damage to the boss, okay? because of the way the AI is interacting with me. I'm going to go ahead and use Artemis here, drive a couple of times, and wait this round, and let the party go ahead and send him into a break again. So this way I can actually do some damage during the break. I'm gonna go ahead and help kill this guy this time around. And this is a judgment call that breakers can make. They can choose when they want to do damage to help end the fight in a rapid manner. Okay. So I want to kind of save a turn for when he's broke as well. So I probably shouldn't have done that normal attack, but that's okay. I want to help drive some orbs as well for the rest of the party. Now, we have an opportunity here to go ahead and kill this guy, and I am going to take it. As you can see, there's a ton of buffs that are going on in the party, and there's all kinds of goodness going on. But that's pretty much the end of the fight, guys. So that's pretty much all the tips and tricks really I have for Breaker. There's probably a lot more to the Breaker rule than all the things that I've said here, but this is basically what I can come up with for right now. Just manage your actions the best you can, and try to be as effective as you can at getting the boss's break gauge down, and help your party do the damage that you can. And that's pretty much the Breaker rule in a nutshell, guys. Anyways, so that pretty much concludes what I have for this video. If you have any questions or you have any suggestions for things about Breaker, definitely post them in the comments below. People will read them, and it will be useful information to pass along in the future for anybody who wants to watch this video. And also, if you think I missed anything, definitely ask me about it. I'll be more than happy to help you out. Okay. So that concludes this video, guys. Have fun in multiplayer, and I'll see you next.